Welcome to the Garage Audit. My name is Ivan, and this is Thor Media. Today we're in St. Anne's, Ontario at Third Eye Auto Spa. We're going to go in and meet Sean Sitter. He's been detailing for almost 2 decades. Great guy, lots of fun, and it's a home shop in the back in the country. He's surrounded by farms. He's got a chicken coop attached to the shop, all sorts of fun stuff. Let's go in and check. Let's go meet Sean. Good afternoon, Sean.
How are you, Ivan?
Great.
It's an absolute pleasure to meet you finally.
Likewise. Let me give you a microphone here so
Perfect.
people can hear you.
Thank
There
you,
you go.
sir.
So, Third Eye Auto Spa.
Yes.
We're close to Welland. What's the official?
So we're in St. Anne's is where it is. It's West Lincoln. So
Okay.
just about it's in Niagara is what it is.
Right.
About 20 minutes outside of Fonthill.
Okay, so Southern Ontario, for those of you watching from the rest of the world, those of you from Ontario, you completely understood what he said. With that, home garage,
Yes.
full-time though, full-time detailer.
Yes.
So you've established your business here. This looks like you custom built it for this.
Yes, we purchased the house about 3 years ago. In doing that, we purchased it because it had a perfect size shop location for one vehicle. I'm a one-man show, so it was the exact size to basically fit a large size truck, and
Yeah.
so I can work from home. And
Right.
then I built it out to my standards and everything, so that
Good.
I have all the appropriate tools and materials and chemicals and everything.
Yeah, and nicely organized, nice and clean. Now, no floor drain though.
No, I do not have a floor drain, so it makes it a little difficult.
Yeah.
Being I do mostly specialized services, they don't do a lot of detailing.
Yeah.
It's mostly paint correction and ceramic coatings.
Okay.
So in that scenario, I'm not washing much inside, not doing a lot of washing in the winter.
Right.
So I tend to do all my washing outside. It dries out nicely because we're on a gravel driveway,
Yep.
which I will be getting concrete soon and possibly
Okay.
doing an outdoor drain.
Yeah.
But yeah, it makes it a little bit difficult without having a drain inside.
Yeah, but you know, you have what you got.
Exactly.
I also like the really nice front porch on the garage. We'll show that later.
Yeah.
But so going through your shop, nice, natural light on one side, north facing.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Correct.
So north facing.
Yeah.
So that light is always constant. It's always the same.
Yes, it is. And actually, I'm getting a 10-foot door put in a couple weeks here.
Okay.
We're going to have all of the open glass panels and everything.
Oh, nice.
So it'll bring some more natural light
Yeah.
into the shop as
Yeah,
well.
because right now you've got a 7-foot door.
Yeah,
Which
so
makes large trucks difficult.
Yes, the 2500s, which I see a lot about here because we're
Yeah.
in farm country. So when they come, we get very close to the door. I have to kind of push it up a little bit just to
Yeah.
get the trucks
Yeah,
in.
'cause-
So it's a no-brainer investment for how many trucks I do see.
Yeah,
here.
looking at that truck outside and looking at your garage door, it's not going to be easy.
It's a very tight fit. It's a very tight fit.
So over here is your wash setup, obviously.
Yeah.
So I like how everything is nicely organized, a hook and everything. Pressure washer, you've got a bucket filler there. Actually, 2 bucket fillers.
Yeah.
Hot and cold?
Yes,
or-
hot and cold, correct.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. So I just picked up the Kranzel this winter and got
Yeah.
all this whole setup put together. And
Good.
I figured while I was doing it, might as well mix the hot and cold so I can put warm water to it because it can take warm water. Obviously not a hot water pressure
Right.
washer, but once again in the winter, the warm water just helps to get the salt and all the ice
Yes.
off of the wheel wells before I pull it in type thing.
And
right?
your hand in a cold bucket is never fun.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Actually, this morning when I was washing the Roush out there,
Yeah.
I definitely put warm water in.
Yeah, 100%. Dirty laundry?
Yes, dirty laundry. So I just put the dirty rags in there, and then I've got clean rags all over there. Like I said, mostly what I'm doing is paint correction, so it's mostly all brand new rags, and then I'll cycle them out and just use them for wheels and interiors and stuff like that if I do an interior detail.
You do a lot of trucks, so you got your platform there.
Yes.
Princess Auto, by the looks of it?
Yeah, Princess Auto, nice cheap guy.
Yeah. So Princess Auto is the Canadian equivalent to Harbor Freight for those watching from the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Lighting on the wall, relatively good lighting on the ceiling. You probably could use a little more.
Yes, so I'd been thinking of doing the hexagon lights, but I wanted to see where the garage door lined up and everything before I install that. And then these side lights are not the greatest. I've got a small light there, and I've got a C-can with a whole ton of the lighting pods and everything like that. So when I get the black trucks and stuff like that in, I'm definitely pulling one of those out.
Yeah.
So that helps centralize some light. And I got the scan grip handheld lights as well.
Good. Okay. Excellent. Nice French doors.
Yeah, it's not bad to welcome the customers too.
Yeah, so leading out to the nice balcony here.
Yeah.
So if a customer wants to sit here for a short service, they can sit
It happens quite often, actually.
Okay.
Or if my PPF guy's here, he'll want to hang out and eat his lunch here and everything.
Yeah. Cool.
I got the nice sign made. I got a metal guy, so he had that all laser cut and everything.
Beautiful.
Kind of fits the vibe of the country shop.
Out in the country. Excellent. So you have running water in here, obviously.
Yes,
You have it-
running water.
Okay,
and
is there a drain for the
hot
sink?
water tank. I'm gonna do one of those. I forget what it's called.
On demand.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
On-demand hot water?
Should save a little bit of money.
Yeah. Because right now that's an electric. No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
electric
tank,
hot water heater.
Okay.
So it definitely uses the electricity bill because it's constantly going. So I just shut the breaker off when I'm not needing it.
Yeah.
So it does not constantly keeping it hot.
Good. TV, good old school stereo.
Yeah, we got satellite out here, which makes it good for NASCAR on Sundays.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. Excellent. So you're into racing?
Yeah, big fan of NASCAR.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Do you go to local dirt track at all?
No, well, yes. So
Right.
Weekend Speedway,
Yeah.
actually, as crazy as it sounds, I do not a lot of industrial coatings, but industrial coatings
Yeah.
are becoming a much larger thing now.
Right.
So I've done a couple of Glenn Steyer's sprint cars.
Okay. Yeah.
So it helps keep the mud off of it and everything.
Yeah.
So their Osh Weekend Speedway is about 45 minutes that way.
Yeah. I've raced there before. So
You're kidding me.
yeah,
I did not know that.
yeah. Very much into dirt track racing. So
Cool.
yeah. Nice countertop. Like the fact that it's clean. Your stuff is organized underneath. Does it stay this way?
For the most part, yes, it does. Other
Okay.
than a couple things getting on the countertop, this usually stays like this. I've been actually trying to come up with a bit better of a storage strategy for all of these chemicals that aren't necessarily exposed. But I'm a little bit limited on space here, so the only other option is put them in the C-can.
Yeah. Size of the shop?
Size of the shop, I could not tell you.
Okay.
I could not tell you
Okay.
off the top of my head.
I'm guessing 20 by 35.
Yeah,
but somewhere in
something
there.
like that.
Okay.
Something like that.
You do a bit of wrenching as well, so you got.
Yeah, so this is just where we store most of the all the warranty cards for IGL and FanLab and all that type stuff, and then all the touch-up paint and the paint thickness gauge and just mostly tools and all the wrap materials and most of the coatings are all down here. You can tell we do a lot of them and industrial spray guns for all the ceramic coatings.
Good. Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah, and then obviously some tools as well because some vehicles do need to be taken apart.
Yeah.
When we do PPF, we do full wrap PPF.
Okay.
So, like the headlights got to come out, door handles got to come out, stuff like that.
Good.
So
Okay.
been doing it for a while. So
Yeah. And then you do tint as well, obviously.
yeah, we do window tint
Okay.
also. Yep.
Good. Excellent. AC or just heat?
Just heat right now. I have an AC window unit that I put in the summer. One unit is pretty good. When I get a little busier in the summer, I'll have a guy or two helping. So if you've got one or two guys with the polishers going, it can get pretty hot in here. So I've been thinking of maybe getting a second window unit, or I saw one of the other videos, a mini split.
Yeah. Okay.
That might not be a bad idea.
Where's the name Third Eye come from?
Third Eye Auto Spa. So over the years, a lot of people have just been so amazed at, paint correctors just in general, at how well you can see scratches that the client can't see.
Yes.
So people have always said you have a third eye for finding scratches. So I guess that's just where that came from. Yeah.
Okay. And how long have you been in the industry, Sean?
So I've been detailing for 17 years. I started paint correcting probably about 10 years in, when ceramic coating came out.
Good.
So that kind of forced me to learn paint correction.
Yeah.
Because you ain't putting a ceramic coating on an unpaint corrected car. And then, ever since ceramic coating, it's just taken off since then.
Good. Now, you also do a bit of mobile service.
Yeah, so I have a couple really true and dear clients to me. I work on a couple private jets in the GTA. We do polishing and ceramic coating on the jets.
Yep.
We also do some bright work. And then I also have a contract with a GM dealership. And when they sell a brand new Corvette, they'll outsource me to do a true ceramic coating on Corvettes.
Excellent. So that they sell what they sell on the other cars, but the Corvette gets the real stuff.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, they do offer to the other clients, but I'm not just so sure that those clients want to pay for it. So they get the polymer sealant.
Okay.
Call it.
Yeah. We'll do that. So that's good. And you work for an FBO, fixed base operation. So if you're not in the aircraft industry, FBOs are basically, they're the concierge, or the ones that coordinate everything. The plane gets dropped off there and the owner just walks away.
Exactly. Yeah. The FBO is repairing the plane, detailing the plane, storing it indoors, all that type of thing. So, so I've been in the industry for a while and met some very high-end clients, and that's gotten me into the aviation industry. Luckily, it's not a very easy industry to get into, as you know.
No, it's not easy to get into. There's a lot of costs involved in getting into it. But once you're there, it's rather lucrative. So
yeah, the insurance is quite heavy. The policy that you have to carry.
Yeah, no kidding. If it's a $20 million plane, you need a $20 million policy. And if it's a $100 million plane, well, the numbers go up.
Correct.
For your insurance, do you get a special rider when you're doing a plane, or do you insure year round?
That would be for when I'm doing the plane, because the planes aren't every day, right?
No.
So they're once every 3 months. I mean, there's only so many planes that fly in this area. You can get the transients and stuff like that, but usually those clients are getting a ceramic coating or stuff like that. It's usually when it's a local plane and it's down. So once you've ceramic coated about half the jets, there's not too many more to ceramic coat.
Exactly.
Unless they get a new plane.
Yeah,
good. But yeah, the bright work is what we do more often, right? Which is every 6 months or so they're required.
Yeah, so leading edge, things like that. Yeah. Over here, central vac, actually a household central vac.
Yeah, well, actually, so I got that for free from a friend and installed it, and I was using it for, I don't know, a couple months, about a month, until it got quite clogged up. So I've gone back to just the regular shop vac.
Yeah, okay.
I find it's a little better.
Okay,
yeah, it was good for a while, but they just get clogged up, and you got to replace the filters on them so often. And it's the bag style, so it's probably gonna end up coming out.
Well, that, or you could put a cyclonic separator before it.
Okay.
So you can find them online. I think Amazon sells them, and basically it's a cyclonic separator that gets 90% of the dust out before it hits that.
Oh. Yeah. Interesting. I did not know that. And it's quite loud too. So I had a friend over the other day saying that you can put exhaust on it as well.
Yeah, exactly.
To tone the sound down.
So basically the exhaust, it looks like a car muffler. Or in your case, you've got a wooden wall, it's not a concrete wall. Put a hole and exhaust it outside. And then your noise is going outside. I don't think the chickens will mind too much.
No, I'm sure they will not.
Good size compressor as well.
Yes.
So
Costco special. So if anything goes wrong, you just bring it on back.
Good. But nice thing there. And also, if you want to quiet down your compressor, these 2 air intakes here.
It is very loud.
Yeah, these 2 air intakes, you bring them outside.
Okay.
Same thing.
Piping off to it.
Yeah, and these, like this style filter, like yours is loose here, but this style filter, they have a tendency to be a little loud.
Yeah.
What I did on mine was I actually took an air box from a car, piped from that intake, because it's normally a national pipe thread.
Okay.
Into the box, and the box was outside.
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
That's genius.
So it was a lot quieter.
And this is quite loud with the door shut and everything in the winter. Like in the summer, it's not too bad. But yeah, I've always kind of wondered how to quiet that down, because I've noticed it was very loud. So I'm going to have to give that a go.
One way of doing it. So airline on a reel, which is nice. A reel for your pressure washer. So your washer.
MTM handle and wand, which I just picked up this winter as well, which are very nice. I highly recommend those.
Good. So what got you into detailing?
Oh my gosh. So when I was in college, so I started working at a summer job at Ford. and just cleaning the cars in their detailing bay type thing. And I kind of enjoyed it. And then when I went off to, I went to Mohawk College for business administration with a marketing concentration.
Okay.
And then ended up going to Brock University, transferring and taking the same program.
Yeah.
But school is expensive.
Yeah.
So after I blasted through all of my school savings, I think it was the 3rd year in, I ended up having to do something while at school for work. So I decided I'd start detailing cars because I knew how to detail cars. So I detailed local, other students' cars and everything like that. I got a couple teachers under my belt.
Good.
And then that inspired me. They're like, oh, why don't you start a business doing it? So I did a lot of my school projects on opening a detail shop and stuff like that. So straight out of college and out of university, I opened a shop in my hometown of Simcoe. I had that shop for 4 years. It was my very first business, and I was a little new to owning a business. You're kind of in the whole school mindset, so you're thinking things should be bigger than they are per se. And I think I just got a little stressed out. I was doing all the work. I was doing the marketing. I was doing the sales. I was doing the accounting, which I had absolutely no clue how to do. So I ended up I did that for 4 years, and then got a job at Stelco and worked there for a year. Realized that wasn't for me.
No.
Found a business partner. Once ceramic coating had come out around that time, which was pretty lucrative. So I moved to the big GTA. We opened a shop there. We were there for about 6 years. Wasn't very happy having a business partner. We won't really get into all that. So after that lease was up, I sayonara and went on and did my own thing. By that point, I had pretty much built up my expertise and skills quite large, so I knew that I could go out on my own and specialize in the paint corrections and ceramic coating type services. I had a lot of contracts under my belt there, so that carried me through. I met my wife at that time, so she helped kind of fund a lot of the bills while I went and opened my business from the ground up. Didn't take too long. It took off quite quickly. And then I opened a shop in Niagara Falls. I had that shop for 4 years. Got to realize pretty quickly that the expenses of a shop and renting a house are very expensive.
Yeah, especially in an area like Niagara Falls. It's a very expensive area to have a shop.
Yeah, and then with being in Canada too, you're not really busy in the winter.
No,
There's not near as much work as the summer. So if you don't have a huge nest egg to be able to pay for the heat and the hydro and the rent through out the window for you to sit there and twiddle your thumbs for half of the day, then it doesn't really become worth it. So we saved up for about 3 or 4 years there, and then decided to buy this house. And now, for the first time in my life, I'm actually making money.
Excellent, good. And you've got your kids close by. Obviously, you have kids by the
we have a 2-year-old. Her name's and then we just found out recently that we believe we have another on the way.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you very much.
Yeah, always fun. And you're not
even more expensive.
Yeah, so. But you're not a stay-at-home dad. But you're close enough to home that when they get into school and stuff, if there's a snow day or whatever, you're not far away.
Exactly. There's actually a school right down the road there, so I'm sure I'll be the one dropping them off to school every day and being the one close by in case there's an issue.
Yeah, because your wife she has her own business in Niagara Falls.
Yeah, she's a tattoo artist in Niagara Falls. She's the second lead artist for her best friend's shop downtown Niagara Falls.
Good.
Yeah, it's a very, 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 very good shop.
Yeah, and very tourists that are in Niagara Falls, they want to get a tattoo.
You see a lot of those walk-in clients.
Yeah,
let me tell you.
Okay. So she has regulars, but she also has the spur of the moment. We're having a great trip.
Oh yeah, by all means. If it was summer, you would see that I'm quite covered in tattoos.
Okay.
You'd be very surprised. The hand is the only one that you see, but
the
whole chest, all the legs, the arms, and everything.
Cool. So improvements I see for your shop.
I can imagine there's a couple, and I would love to hear your...
Lighting, which you already know. And also change the color of your lighting. So the fluorescents that are there, they're 4,000, they're probably 4,100 K, 6 or 6,500. You'll get better color correction. You'll see better, especially on a black truck.
Absolutely.
So, absolutely. Same thing with the ceiling. I think you've got 5K there, so 5,000.
Yeah, I didn't want to get too crazy into spending too much on lighting. When I've just over the years I always just use the stands, and I find that I can move it around. But you're right, it'd be nice to have the entire entire shop lit up, right? Like for you know.
And you already said you're changing the garage door, which is great because
it'll make a huge difference.
Like I say, I look at that truck and I look at your door, and it's probably very close.
Yeah, it just fits. It just fits with me holding the door up and the wife backing it in.
Okay,
so that'll take away the need for her having to help me pull out the trucks every time. Get a garage door opener on it as well.
Yeah,
so that'll be nice.
I see your door is insulated, which is great.
Yep.
Sort of a necessity.
It's very cold and windy out here, so the insulation helps keep the heat in here.
This region is always windy.
Extremely. Yeah. Open fields everywhere. So.
Open fields, and you've got Lake Erie on one side, Lake Ontario on the other.
Yeah, above the escarpment. Yeah, so we get it all.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Other than that, your floor, it seems to be polished concrete or semi-polished?
Yeah, semi-polished. I think the last owner had grinded it, so I've been toying the idea. I had a guy reach out to my page and wanted to do a trade for like the flaky epoxy type thing.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just waiting on him to bring his new truck, and we might do that. If he doesn't, then I was looking, they have that sealer you can just put on it, and it gives it a nice kind of old industrial look, and it's probably the cheapest option.
Yeah, so. It's the least expensive, and it works very well, actually. Yeah. It keeps the dust down, because raw concrete like this can get a bit dusty.
Yes.
But by the looks of it, you keep the shop very clean.
I do.
Which is great.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Excellent.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're specializing, like you say, in coatings, paint correction, so you're not doing a lot of interiors, you're not doing a lot of that.
Yeah.
How do you find that? Because you're very much in a rural community. You're an hour or 45 minutes from Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
So and then same thing, 45 minutes from Hamilton, but you're sort of in a...
I would say if I hadn't been in the industry for 17 years, I'd have a lot of trouble.
Okay.
But most of my clients, I've been doing their cars for so long, and I've got those clients that are very loyal return clients. So they'll kind of follow me wherever I go. Not to say that all of my clients are like that. So that helped in the beginning just to kind of keep things going. There's a lot of big trucks out here. So big trucks and farmers, they like clean trucks. So, and they like polished vehicles.
Yeah.
There's some tractors out here as well. There's a diesel shop, JR Zeg and Diesel, just down the road there. And he does a ton of transport trucks, builds motors, paints them and everything.
Good.
So I get a lot of polishing work from him while I go down to his shop or to another farm shop or whatever and polish trucks there.
Right.
So that's kind of nice too. But if being a beginner in a rural area, I could see it being a bit of a challenge. But luckily, there's not really many people out in a rural area that do these type of services.
Right.
So it's a little easier for me to find work, right?
Good. What would you change in your shop?
Oh boy, definitely I want to do the floors, the lighting. I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
Completely agree with doing some lighting. Oh my. I only bought the place 3 years ago, so it's still so new to me, right? It's a lot better from where it started.
Yeah.
Just probably chemical storage, a little bit better rag storage. Like I said, my last shop in Niagara Falls, I had painted all the walls black because black is so much better for paint correction.
Okay.
So, and then with all the centralized lighting, you can see absolutely everything. The white doesn't just swallow all the scratches.
Okay.
So I've been thinking of doing what I did at my last shop is paint all the walls black, leave the gray on the bottom, and then have her do basically like a mural. We did it with all white brush strokes type thing.
Good.
And she did a bunch of she did like an old car and a polish bottle and a rotary polisher and all these different kind of graphics all over the wall.
Good.
So I think of probably doing something like that this coming winter, I believe.
Good. And then when you're taking a picture for your social media, then it works out.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a nice backdrop for the cars.
Good. Yeah. Now, one thing, we're visiting the shop, but most of the people watching this are car people. Mm-hmm. You have a very special car out there.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of a story to this truck as well.
Yeah, well, let's go ahead and take a look at it.
Absolutely. So when I opened my first business, this was in my hometown of Simcoe. This was a truck that I saw pop up for sale. I bought it when I had my first shop. It was a little beat down. There was it had matte black paint on it. So I owned it for 4 years, had some fun with it, went to the drag races and stuff, and then ended up selling it. And 5 years ago, when I opened this recent business,
Yeah.
I ended up purchasing back from the guy that I sold it to.
Oh, nice.
And since then, it's undergone a full frame off restoration. Me and a friend repainted the entire truck, repainted the whole frame.
Good.
Things obviously been polished and ceramic coated,
Yeah.
wet sanded. Yeah, it's a very fun, interesting truck. It's the only one in Canada.
Yeah.
Supercharged 5.4 liter. I think it's 445 horsepower, 500 foot-pounds of torque stock. So I've got a little bit of work done to it, so it's a little
more than that. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, so that's the truck that I bring to all the car shows and the local meets and everything. I'm pretty in tight with the Drifters Niagara. It's a local classic car group and everything. So we'll all go to meets together, and that gets me a lot of the old classic cars. I get some Bel Airs and Thunderbirds.
Good.
And I just did a 1964 Dodge Polara.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunning car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Sean.
It was an absolute pleasure to meet you, Adam.
And we're going to go to the bus to give him his final report card. It's a little cold out here. Sean's got a great setup for someone working out of his home, out of the home shop. I like this type of atmosphere. And he's in the middle of the country, still gets work. Like he said, he gets the Corvettes from a dealer that's 50 miles away. So not a big deal. If you're working in the country, you can get it done. With that, if you'd like to have your own shop audited, please reach out to Jamie at the House of Rags. We'll be happy to do that. And we'll see you in the next Garage Audit.